he was abusive, but it didn't start out that way. It started out mostly just, it was more verbal than anything. And then as time went on, he got into drinking and drugs and wouldn't keep a job. And I couldn't keep a job because he would keep me from having a job or not watch the children when he was supposed to, things like that. So it was just, it just builds and builds. And to be honest, it had gotten so bad that myself and people that were close to me thought that he was going to kill me. And when I left with nothing. I took the kids and myself, so we didn't have anything to our name. We didn't have a vehicle, we didn't have anything, so we were having to stay with people too. I couldn't afford any daycares. I couldn't find a part-time job that would fit into the hours. I didn't have anyone that could help with watching it. I just had a lot of barriers. And then no vehicle, I would have to rely on someone else, to get me and the kids to the places that we needed to go. And, sharing a bed and sharing a small room for a little over a year, it just seemed like I built myself up for so long to leave. And then once I did, I wasn't doing any better. I knew it was better to be out of the situation, but I didn't feel like I was doing anything to better our lives. I wasn't getting anywhere. And I couldn't find anyone that could help or could even lead me in the right direction. And it seemed like there was no starting point.
Well, I needed some office help, and I just put on my Facebook page that I need some help. Let me know if anybody wants, a part-time job. And Rachel immediately emailed me. We immediately had a connection, and 30 minutes later she had a job, and she went back to my house and started working. And that's how we met. Just things happen for a reason. You could tell she was a great mother and that she wanted so much to help her kids, and she was just in a bad situation. The kids didn't even have a bed. And I was familiar with Fayette Cares. I've attended the banquet and helped and donated several things in the past, and I knew what an impact the program had had on so many other people. And I felt like just helping her with a bed or helping her with food wasn't going to be enough. She needed a safe place to live and somebody to teach her to think differently, because she felt like she was defeated. And I remember one time that she walked in the door, and there was 30 more minutes that she could actually come down here and fill out an application and be interviewed to see if she could get help. And she walked through the door, and I said, "You turn around, go now." And she didn't want to. She said, I'll go tomorrow. I said, "No, you're not going to work. You're going to go right now, and you come to work afterwards." And so she did.
I started thinking, okay, this is it. I've got to get out. I started noticing, little things here or there, things that just like Maddox. He was 3.5 years old, and he was only saying like 3 words, and he might have not cried and acted scared, but I think that was his way of dealing with it. It was affecting him emotionally like that. And Ashlyn, she was, stuttering, and she had a bad stuttering problem, and I thought that was just her. We were gonna have to do speech and get past it. They were not getting to be just children. They had to worry about things that children, shouldn't have to worry about ever, and they dreaded coming home. They didn't know when they came home what the mood was gonna be like.
Children exposed to trauma and violence are primed to attend to being threatened by the environment. So they're so on guard almost looking for the threat because they're trying to maintain their safety. You think about that as you grow up. If you're on guard for threats, you start to not see things as non-threatening. Suddenly everything becomes threatening. So now
that if we would go in the direction, just in the direction on a general busy road of where he lived at, they would start crying. And I never realized that was their dad, and they loved him very much. I didn't realize they were that scared, not of him, but of me being around him. That's mostly what it was. They didn't want to see anything happen to me.
So what happens that I see in the parents that I've worked with that are under toxic stress is that all of their attention is devoted toward the relationship. All of their attention is devoted toward minimizing this threat, this abuse, which is good and necessary. And when we intervene and help them out of that, okay, then the parent, we now start to teach the parent to devote more time and attention to building their child.
Ashton is making straight A's. She had 4 100s on the SOS report card. She's doing amazing in school. I know it was leaving that situation, and everything started getting so much better once we were here on our own. They felt stable and secure, and Maddox is, like I say, he's a completely different kid now, and I didn't think kindergarten would be an option for him, not just being able to go to regular kindergarten, and I signed him up in 2 weeks, and he already can answer all the questions needed to pass to get to kindergarten. So even that in itself, he wasn't admitted to preschool because he was so far behind, but now he's ready to go to kindergarten, and that's how much has changed.
We have to intervene with the parents so that the parents can become that support and strength for the children, that the children don't grow up broken.
I remember standing in the kitchen, face to face, hand to hand, talking to Rachel, praying with Rachel, and telling her, you can do it, you can do it. And I was going to be there to help her, whatever it took. And what that took was Fayette Cares.
I feel like every day I'm continually just, going farther and farther closer to things that I had dreamed of. Being here allows me to have a lot of that stress and that weight lifted off of me, worrying about where my kids are going to sleep or how they're going to eat or things like that, which helps me to plan for our future. You guys are making sure that I'm prepared for it and that I have all the tools needed, even through the life skills class and things like that. I feel like I'm so much more prepared now to be on my own, because a big reason why I stayed for as long as I did is because I didn't think I could do it by myself. And now I know I can. It's definitely because of Fayette Cares. Thank you. Thank you for being the hope that we didn't have, for a life that I didn't think was going to be possible for us. It's meant everything to us. We have so much ahead of us, and we have so many possibilities now. And all I know is thank you.